Today's air gunning video is brought to you from the studio of Papa T Adventures. We hope you enjoy.
Well, good morning, family. Welcome back to Papa T Adventures. Today we got a surprise unboxing. So we'll talk about this a little bit while we unbox it. I ordered this 7 months ago. As soon as they announced its availability, or as soon as it became available on Pyramid Air. So I did a what do you think it is? I had people make their guesses. There on YouTube. We'll go ahead and pull this out, see what it is. Like I said, pre-order for this 7 months ago, March 15th. I put in my original order about 3 weeks ago. I got my notification that it was in. Just needed to confirm that I still wanted it. So I promptly confirmed that I still wanted it and received a message back. We don't know why you got that email. They're not ready. And I said, ooh. Just still on the wait list. And then I got the notification my order was canceled. I'm going to admit, Papa was a little upset. But in emailing or using chat did not go well. But calling Pyramid Air, got everything sorted out. Paid slightly more because I got taxed at the higher rate price that this is being charged for now. But not a big deal. Excited to share this with you guys. So you can probably already see it. Let's go ahead and do this. This is Air Venturi's new Omnistorm. I got it in 177 cal. It is a break barrel with the ability to adjust the power. Here we go. We'll look at the outside of the box. Start at the front of the box, I guess. Like I said, it's got what they're calling omnipiston technology, adjustable power, unmatched performance. We'll see. That's quite the claim to make. But it does have the adjustable power. Supposed to go from 500 to 1100 feet per second based on how you adjust the power. And I guess part of the holdup with these was they had to verify things were good before they could actually ship them out. So again, this is the back of the box. Talks about the adjustable power, the omnipiston. Woo, that's hard for Papa to say. Technology. So it's got a pump, comes with it, so that you can actually adjust the pressure in the nitro piston, or the gas piston, in order to adjust both how hard it is to cock and how much power you're putting out. And they got a nice little scale like you see on a lot of boxes for budget air guns showing feet per second. This one also shows PSI and suggested critters that fall within those different. I'm going to assume that those speeds are based on a very light pellet. Oh, wow, they actually put it on here, family. So pressure and velocity is achieved with 7-grain lead pellets. Results may vary slightly based on environmental factors. So I will have to check and see if I have some 7-grain lead pellets so that we can do that. But let's go ahead and get in and start taking a look. I don't think there's anything else on the outside of the box to really look at. And I'm just as excited as y'all. Check it out. So as mentioned, they had to do some checks. At least that's what I got told for why all of the issues happened. with my order. Because they opened them. They got them retaped. Just some scotch tape here to hold the box shut. I'm not surprised due to my conversations with them. I was super excited when the notification that it had shipped came out. I actually got this yesterday, but didn't get to finally get it out until today. All right, so got a baggie with our manuals. This should be our, there it is, our gauge or our pump. Ooh, get this unwrapped for y'all. We're just going to do an unboxing and looking at everything today. And then we'll do a separate video for the actual, our first shots, first thoughts. And I was wrong. This is not the pump. So it also comes with a scope. I mean, we're going to expect it to be a cheap glass scope. That's all right. I'm not too worried about that. Can see through it. There we go. Finally lined up my eye well enough. It's clear enough. I can see. But we'll get that mounted up on the gun before we take our shots. It does come with a cloth and talks about mounting the scope on a brake barrel. Maybe we'll include that in this video. We'll see as we go along. So that was in that box. Looks like it was designed to be sticky down inside here so it didn't move. Inside our baggie here, the owner's manual. Omnistorm brake barrel air rifle. Does have all your parts, warnings, rules of safe shooting. Always good to refresh on these. It doesn't matter what the gun is, you should follow the same rules. Then things that came with the rifle. So you got the rifle, the pump, and then of course the scope. We already pulled out the scope. If I remember correctly, I don't even think it's variable power. Yeah, 4x32. Oh, and don't beat it on things. And then don't return to store if you have an issue. Contact Air Venturi. Warning. Let's see if there's anything else in this owner's manual before we continue. It does have a fiber optic front sight with a adjustable rear sight, so you don't have to use the scope. You can just use open sights, iron sights, if you will. It talks about the pieces to the pump and shows where the fill port is on the gun. How to operate the safety. So we'll look at it here in a moment, but the safety is inside the trigger. It's a flip forward and back, not a push through. Goes through how to cock the gun, load a pellet into the chamber, how to aim and fire, how to make adjustments to both the scope and the iron sight for windage and elevation, I like this, what a proper sight picture looks like. Some people think that you're supposed to cover where your dot is on your bullseye. It should actually be just under. Directions for how to adjust the Omni piston. And then how to degas it. And some general maintenance and storage. A place to leave notes. Be a good spot once we figure out best pellet for this gun to write that information. Hey, family? Alright, continuing to look. Alright, actually this time, there's our Omni tuner, so our pump for adjusting pressure. Currently sitting at 0. Looks like just a little miniature bicycle pump that you put on your bike, that you could store on your bike. And then the thing we're all here to see, right? The gun. It is nice. They have all that padding in there and fitted so it stays nice and secure in there. While they have one on the end over here too to protect. That was actually pushed down and it was laying on top of it, so not doing a whole lot. Not a big deal. Slide it out of plastic bag. Obviously it is a composite stock. Again, safety right there. So that is the fire position, safe position to theoretically block. You can still get onto that trigger even with it that way. Fiber optic sights, they got a good glow. See them even here in this lighting. You do want that, it's a nice red fiber optic up front with yellow for the rears. You want that red even with your yellow, and that red should be just below what you're aiming at. It does have Omnistorm 177 cal on here. Omnistorm again. Omnistorm again. Air Venturi. Air Venturi. The symbol over here. It is an unscrew to get to that fill port. You'd push that in without reading. I would assume you push that in for the actual degas. But before we get into any of that, we'll definitely take a look at the manual, read through it. Alright, Air Venturi logo down there on the bottom is comfortable. I said. Yeah, the sight picture is not bad at all, family. I'm not going to break the barrel yet. I'll save that for first shots, first thoughts. You guys see the first breaking of the barrel. We'll talk about just how hard that break is. This is just getting our first look at everything. There's a nice rubberized butt pad here. Help keep a good grip so it doesn't slip. But it doesn't make it awkward, doesn't make it catch. The heft's not bad. It does balance pretty well. There we go, balance pretty well. There's about your center gravity. It is made in China, for those who care about that. I don't think anyone who's familiar with Air Venturi is very surprised by that. Warning on here, not a toy. Shouldn't treat any air guns like toys. They are tools, they can hurt people. Make sure you obey that. Yeah. We're going to pause here. Well, we're going to stop here. I'm going to read through the owner's manual. we'll go ahead and we'll see if I mount up the scope for first shots, first thoughts, or we go ahead and use the irons, and we'll go through the gun more then. Anyway, family, thanks for stopping by. Nobody guessed it, but I wouldn't have expected you to. There's a new storm in town, the Omnistorm. It's time to take it for a test drive. Thanks for stopping by, family. We'll catch you next time. Papa T Adventures. God bless. Take care.